Hi, everybody. It's Heather Vickery. Welcome to this week's episode of Brave in Action. This is my weekly live show where I come in and share with you some simple, practical ways to put your bravery into action every single day. I am a success and leadership coach. I'm a host of two podcasts, executive producer and host of two podcasts, author of best-selling book, Fuck Fearless, here it is, co-creator of the Create Brave cards. I love doing this weekly live show with you all. Used to be something that frightened me because I don't love video. And I particularly enjoy it if you're here when folks comment and say hi, because I then feel like I'm not alone talking at a camera. So if you're here, please say hi. Now, I picked today's topic before we had yet another mass shooting at a school in the United States, which we had last night. And I know that you all know that. Today's topic is about taking the leap, trying the thing, buying the ticket, putting yourself out there, doing the thing. And I am going to talk about it because I actually believe it's really important, especially given what's been happening. But I do want to give a moment to acknowledge that in the easiest terms I could come up with, it's just not okay. And that feels so woefully, pathetically not enough to say that it's just not okay, that our children keep getting murdered, that innocent people keep getting murdered, that we've created a country where this is, in fact, it is operating exactly as intended. For people to feel that they are singularly important and not as part of a group, part of a community, part of the masses that can make a difference, that their actions have wide range effect on others, and that they have the responsibility to care about people beyond just themselves. It's one of the reasons I build communities. I have the Brave Circle, which is a community for coaches, consultants, strategists, OBMs, people whose jobs are to help other people elevate themselves, elevate their lives and their businesses. We know that when we come together as a community, when we have people to hold us accountable and to support us, push us, challenge us, but also hold us tenderly when things do not go well, when we have a community like that, it changes the way we show up in the world. So speaking of community, last week, as I indicated before, I was in Mexico on a client retreat with a dozen of my current and past clients. One of my favorite things about that experience was that collectively as a community, because we'd spent so much time together getting to know one another and getting to know ourselves, practicing the Brave method, putting this all into play, everyone showed up with the veil pulled. What do I mean when I say that? What I mean when I say that is that they showed up knowing who they were, faults that they thought they had, strengths that they know they have, fears that are there. And they just laid it all out on the table with the complete and utter confidence that everyone in the space would hold them, welcome them, challenge them if need be, inspire and encourage them. And so that's where I want to be with you all today as we talk about taking a leap. So for those of you who received my newsletter, I included a picture, and we'll see if we can get this up on social media. Hopefully, hello, social media team. Corinne, Giovanni, Annie, if you're out there, if we can use that image from this week's newsletter and get it out on social media, that would be awesome. One of the things I loved about the resort we were at that inspirational pieces all over. And you guys know that's totally my jam. We've got up there, Focus, Darling, and Be Brave, and quotes everywhere. And there was this etched mirror by the pool that started with buy a ticket. And then it went on, but climb a mountain, say yes, all of these different things, ride a wave, but buy a ticket. I walked past it over and over and over and over again. And I wanted to title this session Buy a Ticket, but then I thought you're going to look at that and think I'm trying to sell you something, and that wasn't the purpose. So I chose It's Time to Take the Leap. But I love this concept of buy a ticket. It's just time to do it, right? And when we think about the tragedy of yesterday, this morning I wanted to just crawl back in bed with my kids and just all get in the same bed and pile up and just be together. And they're like, no, don't touch me. I don't want you. I don't want you. Just the reminder that we have no guarantees. We have no guarantees. We are not promised anything. You are not promised one more moment in your life. So fucking buy a ticket to whatever it is, man. Whatever it is that you want to do, that you've been putting off, that you've been saying, oh, I'll do it later, or do it when I have more money, or I'll do it when I have more time, or when the kids are older, or when the kids are at school, or when the kids are home from school, or when I have a bigger team, or when I have more clients, or what the fuck ever it is, you're putting it off. Stop. Buy a ticket to your life. Buy a ticket to your business. Figure out what will bring you joy and happiness and success in your own terms. I feel all of these things. I'm hot and bothered, and my throat chakra keeps going like this. Get honest with yourself about why you're not taking the action on whatever it is that you want. And then buy the fucking ticket. Say yes. Hire the new team member. Delegate something. Plan a trip. Take a day off. Take a nap. Write the book. Start the podcast. Pull a tarot card. Say no. Say yes. Whatever it is time to take action, because we don't know when there will be no more time. We aren't guaranteed anything. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your moments being angry or sad or scared or putting things off because it's too hard, or it's not a good time, or I don't know if I can, or I'm not going to be able to afford it, or they won't like me. Whatever it is, stop and create the life that you want for yourself right now, because no one is going to do it for you. No one is going to create your life for you. Indecision is a decision. Not taking action is taking action. It means you choose to stay small and to live small and to be scared and to feel stuck. Know yourself well enough. You deserve to know yourself well enough to do the things that will bring you joy and happiness and success. Now, some of these lessons I get, we learn them through lived experiences. We learn them as we get older. Now, some young folks learn them at a far too young age because tragic and traumatic things happen in their lives and they're forced to figure them out. Some people might be in their 20s, 30s, maybe even 40s before they can see their opportunity. I was a guest on a podcast yesterday. It hasn't aired yet. She's 52 years old. She's wanted to be a photographer her whole life, but didn't think she could be for whatever reason, whatever stories she told herself. And 2 years ago, she decided she would just try it. Now, finally, at the age of 50, she's now 52, she's living her purpose and her dream. She has found that she doesn't put off her work. She doesn't dread her work anymore. She sets stronger boundaries. She charges what she's worth, things that she never had the confidence to do in the past job, even though she was really, really good at it. Because we have to follow our purpose if we want to actually be joy-filled and happy and thrive in our lives. So what is your ticket? What is the thing for you that you want, you dream, you desire? What is it that you're putting off until? What would happen if you said yes to it? What would happen if you bought a ticket to your life, whatever that looks like today, right now? Say yes to the ice cream cone, saying yes to going on a first date, saying yes to taking a nap, saying yes to, like I said before, start a podcast, read a book, take a walk, put your feet outside in the grass and root yourself to the ground, take a yoga class, hire somebody to work for you, try a new job, choose to go to college, change your mind about something. What if you buy a ticket to the right to change your mind? What if you buy a ticket to forgiveness, forgiving yourself, forgiving someone else, that you hold that hurt and that anger inside? What if you buy a ticket to releasing the hold that that anger and hurt has on you? It doesn't mean that their behavior, or even your own, if it's you need to forgive, it doesn't mean that those things aren't bad. It just means that they don't have to define you anymore. What do you want to buy a ticket to? What do you want to build? Who do you want to be in the world? How do you want to feel? How do you want to move through your days, your weeks, your months, your years? How do you want to make sure that when it's time up, you did the things that mattered most to you? We can't bring those children back. And I would not want to be those parents, those grandparents, those loved ones. My empathy and sympathy for them is deep and wide. But we can decide to buy a ticket to our life and live as fully and presently and actively as possible. Run businesses that change the world, that make somebody else's day better. We can choose to do those things. It's up to you. You just have to say yes. If you want help, I can help you. I do this process with myself a lot. I can figure out what it is and how you take action on it. But even if it's just something small today, even if it's just something small today, what are you going to buy a ticket to? Ooh, y'all, sorry for getting so emotional. I have deep feelings. You know, my self-compassion work, Kristen Neffs teaches us in her book and in her study for self-compassion that feelings are just feelings. They exist. And we're better served to honor them without judgment and give them space and learn from them. So y'all just got a front row seat to that with me. Every week when I do Brave in Action Weekly Live Show, I pull a Create Brave card. For those of you who are not familiar, the Create Brave cards are a deck of manifestation cards to help guide and source your next step in life and in business. I created them with my friend, Rachel Swanson. I love you, Rachel. They're beautiful. She did all of the artwork. I can't even begin to tell you how gorgeous it is. If you want your own deck, You can get them by visiting vickeryandco.com/social. There's a link. You can push it. You can buy these. You can buy my books. But I like to pull a card. It comes with a guidebook that has the mantra, the word, the affirmation or mantra, whatever you want to call it, and coaching guidance, as well as what we call a create brave prompt to help you get into action with it. And I just sort of shuffle the cards until one of them feels like the right one to me. Sometimes that card falls out. Sometimes it pops out, and I shuffled 3 or 4 times, and this card, I haven't even looked at it yet. This is the card, and then I dropped it. This is the card that kept popping out. How do you guys feel about that? Can you believe that? The card I pulled is action. How beautiful is this card? I'm going to show it to everybody. Action. Oh, God. I say yes to taking the next step. I did not plan that. Today's Brave in Action show was really all about taking action. And I did not plan it. I did not pull this card intentionally, but the universe is here for us. So what does this mean? What are you ready to take action on? What can we do to create momentum and powerful change? I'm here with you. I see you. I believe in you. I'm grateful for you. And I want to know what you're going to buy a ticket to. Thanks for being here today. Thanks for putting up with my emotional self. I make no apologies. What you see is what you get. Thanks, friends. Take care. I'll see you back next week, 1:30 p.m. Central, for Brave in Action weekly live show. We have a couple new episodes out of both the Brave Files podcast and Was It Chance. I hope you'll go take a listen. If you enjoy it, please follow us on your favorite platform. Rate and review, share it with friends. It means the world. We have some really powerful stuff out right now, and I would love for you to connect with it. I'm going to start saying goodbye here. This is Heather Vickery reminding you today and every day to go out and choose bravely. Bye there.